In 2022, the Houston Texans traded quarterback Deshaun Watson to the Cleveland Browns. The Texans gave up Deshaun and a 6th-round pick. In exchange, they got 3 first-round picks, 1 third-round pick, and 2 fourth-round picks. Now, hindsight is 2020, but this is the kind of trade that I would make with my little brother when he's not smart enough to know what he's doing. And while this may go down as one of the worst trades of all time, it obviously puts Cleveland in a pretty difficult position. So today, we're going to take over as head coach of the Cleveland Browns and hopefully bring this team some serious playoff success and bring the Cleveland Browns to their first ever Super Bowl. One thing I find very funny is Madden tells you the franchise's status. At the start of this year, Cleveland was playoff hopeful. They ended this season 3-14. Now, I will say, for a team that's in a lot of trouble, Cleveland actually has a ton of really good talent. Offensive line has some studs like Batonio and Wyatt Teller, and David Njoku's been a really bright spot on this Cleveland offense. I feel like it never mattered if it was Deshaun or Jameis or even Bailey Zappi. Everybody wanted to throw the ball to Njoku. Njoku's one of the best tight ends in the game. He's a 90 overall. He's 28 years old, so he can get a little bit better. And he's a superstar development trait with some really good abilities. So I definitely do want to run an offense that utilizes my tight ends. Now, Jerry Jeudy's going to be an interesting one because Jerry Jeudy could easily develop into an incredible player. But Jerry Jeudy's career thus far has been very underwhelming for how good he was expected to be. But he's still only 25 years old. So he has a lot of time to come into stride. 91 speed, 94 excel. I honestly wouldn't hate like Chiefs playbook, maybe Ravens playbook, a playbook that's gonna prioritize my wide receiver 1 and my tight end. I could try out San Francisco as well. I know they kind of use George Kittle. Defensively, we have so much work to do at the linebacker position. This is probably the worst linebacker group in the game. Juan Thornhill, Grant Delpit, Emerson, and Denzel Ward's actually a very good secondary, and Myles Garrett's one of the best players in the game. So it could be a lot worse. And something I'm going to do early here is Dalvin Tomlinson is our starting D tackle. He's a 77 overall and he's 30 years old. He's not going to get any better. But we do have the Ohio State rookie, Mike Hall Jr. This is a 21-year-old D tackle with 80 speed and 85 acceleration. Very fast for a D tackle. He could be a dark horse. Like, this dude could be a 99 overall monster. We just got to put him in the right position to get it done. So I'll make sure to get him at D tackle. Got to work on our left end position. There's honestly so many positions we could focus on, but I think getting a true young developing linebacker, that's going to be very important. And offensively, we need a left tackle. And of course, we need a quarterback. I understand that the Cleveland Browns paid Deshaun an absurd amount of money. Also, none of the quarterbacks on this Cleveland roster are the answer. So there's Deshaun, Jameis, Bailey Zappi, and Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I gotta say though, this is some wild hate from EA. Deshaun Watson is a 70. I get Deshaun Watson has struggled, but 70 overall is actually insane. You'd think he'd be like a 75 or a 76. He is like the same overall as Bailey Zappi. Jameis is better. I'm actually encouraged here to start Jameis Winston. But listen, that's why I was hired. I was hired as head coach to turn this program around. That's what we're going to do. Now, let's talk about schemes. If there's one thing that Cleveland does do well, defense, I don't think there's any reason to change up the defensive. It's a 95% scheme fit. It's a base 4-3, which relies on your edge rushers like Myles Garrett to get to the quarterback. And it does put a lot of stress on your linebackers to cover, which is why we have to prioritize good linebackers. My linebackers are pitiful. Not good in a 4-3. But we've got everything else covered. We have a developing D tackle. We've got one of the best edge rushers in football. So let's just get one stud middle linebacker. We can work on the outside linebackers. We can grab ourselves a quarterback. Might need a running back now that Nick Chubb's getting slower, but one thing at a time. One thing at a time. I'm going to keep the defensive playbook, but offensive has to go. The Cleveland offense is dog water. There's a reason you never see Cleveland do anything and their offense sucks. Now, for Kansas City offensive playbook, we're missing a power back and an improviser. Nick Chubb can be that power back, but he's injured right now. And we need an improviser quarterback. I'm going to go KC so that Njoku gets a ton of reps. That's our Travis Kelce. It'll spread the ball between our wide receivers relatively well. There really isn't much we can do in year one. I could make a massive trade, but I feel kind of unfair doing that since year one in real life is already over. So I want to wait until this year's out before I make significant changes. So in our year one sim, we go 4-13, which is hilariously better than the Browns in real life. So we got an extra win. Jameis threw 30 touchdowns and 24 interceptions. A very Jameis season, if I'm being totally honest. Jerome Ford had 760 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Jameis rushed in 4. So Jameis had more rushing touchdowns than anybody on our team. And Nick Chubb looks like he got a few carries when he got back healthy. So that's accurate, I'd say. Now, here is exactly what I was looking for, though. And as OP as KC offensive playbook is, it's actually perfect for this roster. Jerry Jeudy gets 1,000 yards and 4 touchdowns. Awesome. Let's develop him. David Njoku gets 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns. It's literally perfect. Elijah Moore tacked on 807. Cedric Tillman tacked on 704 touchdowns. And Jerome Ford caught a few passes out of the backfield for you PPR sweats. So I like this offense a lot. I mean, this is kind of what I mean by like our linebackers are going to be doing so much because we're in a 4-3. Jordan Hicks and Devin Bush, 123 tackles apiece. And those guys, like, I'm sorry, but they're kind of bums in Madden. I'm sure they're good, but I need like a young developing superstar to be getting 123 tackles, 10 TFLs, 3 sacks, and an interception. Honestly, an insane season for Devin Bush. He went dummy. Myles Garrett got 12.5 sacks and 16 TFLs, so a really good season for him. And a lot of interceptions on this roster. Martin Emerson, Grant Delpit, Hicks, Denzel Ward, Devin Bush, Ronnie Hickman, Juan Thornhill, and Mike Foy's a lot of interceptions for the Browns. Granted, we were probably always on defense since Jameis loves to throw interceptions. Jameis averaged an interception and a half a game. I guess it could be worse. I think my favorite thing to do is look at the league leaders in bad stats. Who threw the most interceptions? Oh my God. Generational Drew Lock season. 15 touchdowns, 31 interceptions. He was throwing 2 INTs for every touchdown and they didn't bench him. Next up was Bryce Young, but he almost had 40 touchdowns. And there's Jameis Winston tied with Will Levis. Now, to say we don't have the cap space to sign a free agent would be an understatement. We are negative 10 mil in salary cap. There is a silver lining. For the first time in 4 years, the Cleveland Browns will make a first-round selection. It's been since 2021, but we'll finally get to take a pick here. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you. As we prepare for this NFL draft, there's one thing I know about the Cleveland Browns, and that's if they take a quarterback in the first round, he's probably going to be a bust. So I'm really scared to draft a quarterback here. But let's see what our options are. Now, we did do scouting on quarterbacks, and we identified both of these quarterbacks as projected round 1 talent and top 5 in their class talent. Bradley Cassidy is a scrambler. Teddy Jeffries is an improviser. Improviser goes better with our scheme, but how fun would a scrambler quarterback be? Let's check their physicals. Physicals are obviously very important. They're less important for quarterbacks. Looks like both of these guys have great acceleration, great agility, great change of direction, solid and good jumping, decent and good speed, elite strength on the scrambler, great strength on our improviser, good throw power on both. You know, on paper, Bradley Cassidy actually looks better. I just don't know that I want a scrambler quarterback. I'm gonna take Bradley. Am I drafting Johnny Manziel all over again? Is that what I'm doing? I'm drafting the white scrambler quarterback. All right, well, at least this kid's out of Purdue. His accuracies honestly look good too. Like, he's got A's in multiple accuracies. I'm going the 6'4", 220-pound Bradley Cassidy. Bradley Cassidy is #1 in true value, making him the highest overall player in this class, and I was given a C. That's a hell of a bell curve. Bradley Cassidy looks like he was absolutely the right call. Hidden dev, scramble, right-handed QB out of Purdue, 84 speed, 88 excel. It's really not that. I expect him to be a little faster. For the most part, I just want him to stand in the pocket and make really good throws. And if he wants to scramble and get some extra yards, he can do both. Now we're into round 2, where I think we're going to take the best player available. Wide receiver is relatively important. I think Jeudy can get the job done. We don't need a tight end. I would not hate a halfback. I'm not going to lie. I can't pass on this. That is 4 elites. Elite speed, jumping, agility, and acceleration on a tight end. I'll move him. Dude, I'll move him to wide receiver. He's 6'4", 246. I'll move him to wide receiver. This kid is way too... Okay, now I think it's bugged because it says Zach Stern was ranked #1 in true value also. So Zach Stern is either tied with the overall with Bradley, or it's bugged. That is a monster. I'm gonna move him to wide receiver. 6'4" is not out of the question for wide receivers. 246 is a little heavy for wide receivers, but this kid's got 87 speed and 91 excel. I accidentally just skipped one of our picks because this thing is lagging super bad. Now, we've been talking a lot about picking up a linebacker. Here's Joe Woodyard. He's got elite speed and acceleration, so he's a very fast outside linebacker, but then he has poor jumping, and he's pass coverage. You'd think with that speed and excel, he'd be like an edge rusher. I actually think this guy could be perfect. I need a pass coverage outside linebacker. He's a bad pick, but he's #1 in true value. Okay, this shit is clearly bugged as hell. Yeah, that #1 in true value is bugged, but Joe Woodyard, 86 speed, 90 excel. He's normal dev. With the speed and excel, you can't teach that. I think it's a good start. Honestly, this is lagging so bad, I'm going to advance to the the end, and we'll just do a draft recap. But I think we got the two really important things out the way. Got a monster quarterback and potentially a monster tight end who could be a wide receiver. The other thing, too, is 4 years from now, David Njoku's going to seriously regress. We could move Stern back to tight end at that point in time. Before I get ahead of myself, let's make sure these guys are actually good. Oh my God, they're monster. The CPU picked up a 75 overall USF middle linebacker, Leon Moore. That's Zach Stern was a 75. That was a really good pick, too. He's a stud. And Cassidy's a 71. It's a little lower than I wanted for a quarterback for sure. These three picks are really, really good. CPU also got a 73 overall wide receiver out of San Diego State. Devin Wagner, he is hidden dev. He is physical. He's 6'5", 225. Damn, we're about to have a really big wide receiver core if Zach Stern's getting involved. All right, let's take a look at the whole league. Who's the best player in this class? Best player was Connor Swinton, an 82 overall strong safety. Damn. Got Skip Bayless's son with Joy Taylor right here, Matt Bayless. The best quarterback was Alejandro Vargas. He went round 1, pick 1. We did not have a shot at him. And the quarterback we passed on, Teddy Jeffries, was a 72 overall. I mean, only time will tell, but they look more or less the same. I think we made the right call because they're basically the same quarterback, but mine's faster. All right, I'm looking to make a trade here. Number 1, David Njoku. Zach Stern really mixed things up, but David Njoku is a superstar X Factor now. He's 29 years old, and we've got a stud rookie tight end. We got to use our rookie tight end. Also, Elijah Moore is hitting us for a 12 mil cap hit, and he's completely mediocre. I cannot justify this. I want to see what trade offers are on the table right now. The Bears would give us a massive haul of picks and Jalen Johnson. The Bengals would give us T. Higgins and a first rounder. The Broncos would give us Quinn Miners and a couple picks. Harris Johnson, Tyler Smith, Landon Dick, a lot of O-line offers. The Jets would give us Quinnen Williams. And I have the rookie D-tackle. I don't think this would be the right call. Packers would give us Xavier McKinney. Panthers would give us J.C. Horn and a first. Are you shitting me? These trades are bonkers. How do I decide? Kenneth Walker? You would give up Will Anderson, a third and a fifth for David Njoku and Elijah Moore. What are you smoking? I'm not even going to take that because that's so ridiculous. Like, no, they wouldn't. I suppose, though, in this simulation, Will Anderson's still a star dev. Can you imagine Will Anderson and Myles Garrett on the same team? We could get J.C. Horn, who's 25, star dev, 88 overall, really good corner. And we could add some draft capital, a first, a fourth, and a seventh. Or we could take younger, even better Christian Gonzalez straight up. I think there's so much value in this trade right here. J.C. Horn's an instant starter. He'll continue to develop, and I get a first rounder in 2028, which is hopefully a good first rounder since the Panthers suck. So getting David Njoku to Superstar X Factor was one of the best things we did. I'm taking this trade right here. For the record, I'm well aware the Will Anderson trade was insanely good, but it's just not fair. I'm not doing that. I want my trades to feel somewhat realistic. No Madden trade really feels realistic, you know? All right, Bradley Cassidy, the new starting quarterback. Nick Chubb's still got something left in the tank. He's still an X Factor. He may be an 85 overall, but he's still an X Factor, so hopefully we can get a great season out of him. Jerome Ford's the backup. Zach Stern's now starting tight end. And middle linebacker, I didn't actually get to look too much at Leon Moore. Oh my gosh, and I forgot. Sorry guys, when they do these little updates, they don't show you who's on injured. I forgot about Owusu Koromoa, who's a really good outside linebacker. So Leon Moore will be perfect at middle linebacker. At right outside linebacker is Jeremiah Owusu Koromoa, who's going to progress really, really well. And then the final linebacker is the guy I drafted. Although Joe Woodyard is a 64 overall. That might be too big of a whiff to actually even start it. There is Mohamed Diabate out of Utah. 2 years of experience, 87 speed, 86 excel. I got to put him in. That was a big whiff, that pick. All right, gentlemen, here's your lineup. It looks a whole lot different already. So Nick Chubb's back in. Bradley Cassidy's at quarterback. The O-line looks all right. We can work with this. Really excited to see Zach Stern. Initially, I was thinking this guy would turn into a wide receiver, but now that we've traded Njoku, we got to start getting Zach Stern up to speed. He's a pitiful blocking tight end. This guy truly was kind of built to be a wide receiver. I think he could be an awesome tight end. We'll move our rookie Wagner to wide receiver 3. Jerry Jeudy's at the 1, and Tillman's at the 2. Actually, move Wagner to the 2. See what Tillman does at the 3. Defensively, Leon Moore in the middle. We got Koromoa. We got Diabate. Grant Delpit, Juan Thornhill, who I should probably start Hickman over Thornhill since Thornhill lost his dev trade. And now we have some wicked corners on this team. Denzel Ward, J.C. Horn, Martin Emerson, Greg Newsome. Probably need to offload one of them. Then we got Mike Hall, Tomlinson, Okoronkwo, and Myles Garrett. So still, we kind of want to patch up left end. Still want to patch up left outside linebacker. And eventually, I got to get a young quarterback in for Nick Chubb. But all that stuff's easy. This is a really good place to start. Let's sim to mid-season, and then let's watch one game with this team. I want to see how the rookie Cassidy is playing. All right, we're 2-5. So not great, but we're already halfway to our win total from last season. Taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers here. All right, Bradley. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. Look at that in the bottom left. Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb. Who's that third player? Zach Stern's a superstar? I didn't even think to look yet. Yeah, we're 7 games in. I mean, these guys should have enough snaps to see their dev traits. Looks like Bradley Cassidy, we still don't know what his dev trait is, but Zach Stern's a superstar. No one else is unlocked yet. This was definitely a really good pick. Eventually, we'll get good abilities on him. You really can't get that many good abilities yet. I'm gonna give him Steamroller for fun. It's always fun to play the Steelers because the Steelers in franchise constantly change their quarterback. Here's Bradley Cat. Oh my God, he's killing it. 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Okay, so they still have Russell Wilson, which is pretty cool. I'm used to them already having a brand new quarterback. But Bradley Cassidy is off to a really good start. It's actually kind of shocking that we're 2-5. If he's throwing 19 and 6, that's already so much better than what James was doing. Steelers start out with 7 and then 7 more. The Browns are not moving the football until right there we get what looks like a defensive touchdown. I was hoping this game would be close so I could watch something go down, but it looks like the Steelers just kind of shit on us. And now we're going to run the clock out. Najee Harris, 21 attempts. Now I got to watch Mr. Unlimited kneel the football. I hate that. Not Mr. Unlimited, bro. At least put Justin Fields in there or something. Okay, 7-21. The only touchdown we put up was defensive. I knew 2-5 didn't seem right with how well Bradley was playing. We still finish at the bottom of the AFC North, but we're 8-9 now, so we're inching closer to a winning season. And oh my God, I always look at the league leaders and stats just to see if we get anything. Turns out our trade for David Njoku was Galaxy Brain, because look who led the league in interceptions. J.C. Horn was 7. Edger and Cooper tied him, but we also had 8 deflections. What a season for J.C. Horn. That's massive. You know what else? What is that stupid fucking joke? Why is it that every time I say massive, you guys comment some stupid shit about it? What is the joke? I don't get it. It pisses me off. Whatever. J.C. Horn comes in 6th in Defensive Player of the Year voting, and 9th was Owusu Koromoa. Interesting. And Myles Garrett's not even on the list. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Bradley Cassidy, at least in the AFC. And Defensive Rookie of the Year, Leon Moore comes in 5th, so we almost had the double up. The double up would have been really nice. Bradley Cassidy, what a rookie season. 4,200 yards, 41 touchdowns, 17 interceptions as a rookie. If we get that interceptions number down, because 17 is still really high, Bradley Cassidy's definitely the future here in Cleveland. So that's great. I will say this is pitiful. 3.8 yards per carry is not good, which is kind of shocking because at the start of the season, at least Chubb had X Factor, but look, he still has it. This is shockingly bad for what he has available. I'm going to give him goal line back so he can punch it in down there and tank to absorb hit sticks. But still, I think Nick Chubb to some degree is on his last legs here. Receiving, got another 1,000-yard season and 14 touchdowns out of Judy. That should be a dev trait upgrade for him. Devin Wagner had 976 and 8. And look at Zach Stern. Rookie year for Zach Stern is 900 yards and 6 touchdowns. Tillman put in 872 and 9. That's the thing about KC playbook. It really spreads the ball out, but each one of these guys had a great season. It definitely hurts your running back, though. If I draft a generational running back, I have to change my offensive playbook. I got to switch to Tampa Bay. No, I'd have to switch to Atlanta Falcons or Green Bay Packers. I always notice that Bijan and Josh Jacobs are always at the top of rushing yards. We've got $3 million in salary cap, so the offseason is a myth once again, but we've got a first-round draft pick. And we also have an additional first-round draft pick in 2028, thanks to the Carolina Panthers. That is pretty far out, but I may end up just leveraging that first-round pick into another player. Because come 2028, I don't think we're going to need extra draft picks. I think we'll be in a position to win some games, some serious games. Bradley Cassidy is an 87 overall? That cannot be. He's an 84 overall scrambler, boosted by 3. He's already an 84? After a year in the league. That was an incredible first year. He also gets a dev trait upgrade for Offensive Rookie of the Year. His stats are absurd already. 84 speed, 88 excel, 88 agility. We're going no look Deadeye, and I'm gonna give him Agile Extender. Sure. Looks like Wagner was star dev. Offensively, we do lose Joel Bitonio, but it did clear up some cap space, so I'm not too upset about it. Look at this. J.C. Horn's 7 interception season gives him a dev trait upgrade. Ronnie Hickman had a great season. He gets a dev trait upgrade. So we're rocking 2 superstars in the secondary. Myles Garrett's still in 99. Denzel Ward looks great. We need a left end. We need a left outside linebacker. And Mike Hall, I'm so glad we started him. Mike Hall's all the way up to an 88. These guys are progressing like crazy. This team is going to be very, very scary to play against for my opponents in about 3 years' time if we do everything the right way. So let's continue to do things the right way. First things first, we did go 8-9, so our draft pick's not going to be as good. That's actually kind of crazy. We won 4 more games. We only moved five slots. We were the 6th pick before. We're still the 11th. That just means that the league, a lot of people were winning a lot of games. Okay, we realistically could go offensive line. I actually think that offensive line is the right call. All 4 of these quarterbacks are top 5 talent, but I don't need a quarterback. The only other thing I could do here is Keith Applewhite, this Iowa State outside linebacker. Let's take a look at his physicals. Oh shit, elite excel, great speed, good jumping. Ooh, although these offensive linemen are excellent too. It's actually a really tough choice. I'm gonna take the offensive lineman. It's really hard to find good offensive linemen. I'm gonna go right tackle Carlos Sullivan. I'm gonna pass on the outside linebacker. We know true value is bugged, so I'm not gonna look at this, but he's a 90 strength, 81 excel, hidden dev, right tackle. 6'6", 317 out of Utah. All right, that's a great pick. I hope Keith Applewhite is not absolutely incredible. That will make me a little sad, but we can save that pick for right here. Or we go left end, because I very much need a left end, and here's one sitting right in front of me. Nolan Clancy. Run stopper out of South Carolina. His stats are pretty bad. Poor agility. Solid speed. He's not that impressive. Although I may have found... Oh, he's out of Michigan State. Cortez Cousins? He's Kirk Cousins' son. Kirk Cousins was sleeping with Joy Taylor. What a shocker. Cortez Cousins went to Michigan State. Also like Kirk Cousins, like father, like son. Elite excel, great speed. This could be our nice little Nick Chubb replacement eventually. Nick Chubb's got to know that his time's coming to an end eventually. Oh, that is so sad. I thought for sure this kid was hidden dev. But holy shit, you rarely see running backs this fast. 94 speed, 95 excel. That's so good for a running back. I swear in this game, you can't get a running back over like 92 speed. It's actually kind of frustrating. Like the amount of very fast running backs, like Devon Achane. Why can't I draft a Devon Achane in this game? Whatever. We got a nasty running back. I got to take an outside linebacker here. We're either going Peralta or Priester. Priester is a pass coverage, which is what I want. Let's take a look at their intangibles. This guy's got greats across the board and elite agility. Wow, these are actually really good linebackers. Look at Eric Priester out of Oregon. In the 3rd round. Great elite, great. Solid strength. It's a really good player, this dude. Hoping he is... No hidden dev, unfortunately, but this is an excellent outside linebacker. All we gotta hope is that his overall is like 70 or higher, and this kid will be a starter this season. 84 speed, 89 excel. Oh, he's so good. Dude, he's so good. How are you not hidden dev? You're cracked. Either way, honestly, like, I'm not mad at all. This has been a really, really good draft. I'm gonna skip to the end. It certainly helps that Bradley Cassidy is progressing super well and already superstar with Zach Stern. So it makes me feel so validated in my David Njoku trade, and we haven't even used the 1st round pick from the Njoku trade. We offloaded Elijah Moore and got his replacement, and now we get to see a draft recap right here. This is a big draft recap. Absolute money. They're not generational superstars, but it's money. Sullivan, the right tackle, 75 overall. Beautiful. Cortez Cousins, 75 overall running back. Probably won't start right now because Nick Chubb's still really good, but he'll be getting some reps. Priester's a 71. He absolutely can start. And all the CPU's picks... kind of busts, but they actually picked up a fullback, which is nice because I did not have a fullback on this roster. So good call by the CPU. All right, best player in this class. Wow, very weak class. I did miss the best right tackle though. He was picked round 1, pick 32. That's Bobby Bradley out of Ole Miss. So I could have made a better right tackle pick. But overall, I'm really excited how that went. I have to assume we got the best. Yeah, we did. We had the best running back in the class. That's Cortez Cousins. So great pickup right there. And where's the boy Keith? Where's Keith Applewhite? I want to see where he went. Keith Applewhite was a 74 overall speed rusher. So he was a good linebacker. Wouldn't it suck if we faced like the Ravens in the AFC Championship and Keith Applewhite just runs through us? Hey, he's normal dev. Get fucked, Keith. It would have been a reach. So Jack Conklin is coming out. Jack Conklin is still a pretty solid right tackle, but this is his 10th year in the league. So we're going to get in Carlos Sullivan, the 75 overall, who's going to progress. Right guard is still Wyatt Teller. Center is Luke Weipler. I actually could move Conklin here, and that's what I'm going to do. Weipler can't progress, but Conklin's just so much better. Zach Zinter out of Michigan is our left guard. He is progressing well, and the left tackle still Jedrick Wills, so that looks good. And Diabate can come out for Eric Reister. All right, the year 3 lineup already looks, it's like night and day. I love how this lineup looks. Superstar quarterback, superstar tight end, developing rookie right tackle, Judy's almost a 90 overall. And defensively, we've got 2 superstars in the skies. Myles Garrett with Mike Hall. Eric Priester in at left outside linebacker. Leon Moore, Owusu Koromoa. All right, now it's time to get involved. I've been doing all this rebuilding, all this talking. I haven't even got to use this team. Let's advance to regular season, game 1, week 1. I'm going to hop in, play the moments. We'll sim the rest of this season and see where we stand. We'll be taking on an Atlanta Falcons roster that has an 89 overall offense. I do wonder who their quarterback is. You think they got Michael Penix? You think they have a very old Kirk Cousins? At quarterback, they have a very well-developing superstar. 88 overall Michael Penis Jr. Damn. All right. Yeah, Atlanta could be a team that is going to be a little scary here in the future. Bijan's almost a 99. Jesse Bates is almost a 99. Lindstrom's almost a 99. Yeah, it's a scary roster. I would love to rebuild the Falcons because basically all you do is you hit sim for like 5 years and then your team's nasty. All right, let's play the moments here against Atlanta. It's a tough week 1 matchup. My first moment as a Cleveland Brown is defensive. There's so many good options here. I could use your Myles Garrett and fly at the quarterback, but I'm actually going to go on our young guy, Leon Moore. And that's a lot of heat on Michael. Does get the football away. Dude, guys, the year is 2025, and jersey numbers still warp around the jerseys like I'm playing on a fucking Atari. Sorry. I hate this game. Okay, boom! Good hit, great physics, true. I really enjoy rebuilding. I do think the gameplay aspect of this game is quite pitiful. But you know what? Doesn't really matter, because for the most part, we're gonna be playing on sim, and it's all ran on the same engine. Ronnie Hickman, let's make a play! Motions went out to the left. It's not a run, and it's not a pass right now either. It is! Where are you going? Guess who? He led the league in interceptions last season. David Njoku and Elijah Moore for J.C. Horn and a first-round pick. And J.C. Horn is going to pick 6 the Falcons in the red zone. That does mean Atlanta's back on offense, and my next moment is once again on defense. I'm going on Leon Moore. I want to stop the run. There's no run to stop. Wide open man in the middle, Hickman. Dude, I tell you what, though, like, whenever I think about the Cleveland Browns, damn, and that's a laser beam. Whenever I think about the Cleveland Browns, they always have an on-paper, incredibly talented roster. Like, the team is so good, but they just consistently underperform it, and it sucks. I'm sure it sucks as a Cleveland fan. Obviously, I want Detroit to get a Super Bowl first and foremost, but I would happily be a pseudo-Browns team. That's a team that I want to root for. My next moment here is 3rd and inches. Coach is calling a play action. I think that's crazy. We've got Nick Chubb. Uh-oh. Look who's regressed, though. Nick Chubb no longer has his superstar or superstar X Factor underneath him. Yeah, my only abilities on offense are Bradley Cassidy and Zach Stern. That means that Nick Chubb went from superstar X Factor all the way down to star dev. Oh, all the way cross field. That's a cardinal sin as a quarterback, but that was a dot from Bradley Cassidy. I am a little nervous, though. I'm not going to lie. I think it might be time for Cortez Cousins to be the starting running back. Bradley Chubb seriously regressed. We're going play action here. This one is going to Nick Chubb. He still got it. I repeat, he still got it. Holy shit. All right, gentlemen, our next moment, 2nd and 2, 14-4. It's a very close game. So if I don't convert this, the CPU will kick a field goal. Dude, Nick Chubb still fucking got it. I'm talking about starting Cortez Cousins. Nick Chubb is a monster. We're going to run this to Zach Stern's side. One thing I'll say, his blocking stats are really bad. It didn't matter. Nick Chubb made that relatively easy. 21-14. Game's on the line. Let's make a stop. Dude, this team is really good now. Garrett, Horn, Hickman. And here's Eric Priester. Here's the rook, J.C. Horn. Dude, this, like, hit stick thing that they added this year sent the physics in this game back, like, 20 years. It's so bad. Get on Leon Moore. 1st and 10. He's going to take the check down, and Leon Moore is going to run into a Jedi force field, but it's going to create a tackle. I'm not supposed to be on McGuire, but I am. Michael Penix won't slide. Dude, a minute 30, 1st and 10. The Falcons are putting together a really nice drive here. Hickman, oh! I was so close to picking that. We're going to send some pressure here, 1st and 10. I see Bijan. I see Michael Penix, and he gets the ball away. Is that not intentional grounding? Big play. Myles Garrett. Oh, I couldn't jump for it. Not a run. It's a pass. And the blitz paid off. Grant Delpit. Timeout Falcons. That was their final timeout. Can we make a goal line stand here to kick this season off 1-0? Got a light blue on this side, so I got to cover low. Easy. No. He's not in? Excuse me? The blitz gets home. The Falcons have 5 seconds. He didn't get in. They've got an inch to go, but they're still passing, I think. A literal inch to go. For Atlanta, Michael Penix. Michael Penix has ice in his veins. It just feels like the playoffs. It feels like a playoff game. This is week 1 of the regular season. I don't know that I've ever gone into OT. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm trying that same play. That thing had daylight. We're just going to check this one down to Nick Chubb. We got a drag and a wheel and a couple curls. And I think Zach Stern can pick this up. Bradley Cassidy, the rook. Not the rook, the sophomore. Oh! Holy shit, he flew on that football. I thought that was wide open. Falcons are going to take this home. Honestly, they deserved it. I'm throwing that interception. The Michael Penix game-tying drive. Not starting my team out hot. But J.C. Horn did have a pick 6. Maybe we can get J.C. Horn a Defensive Player of the Year. We finished the season 7-10. We're still not quite where we need to be, but finally, we have some salary cap. Jerry Jeudy comes 3rd in the league in receiving yards with 1,418 touchdowns. Owusu Koramoah finishes at the top of the league in tackles behind Devin Lloyd and Jack Campbell. They were having good seasons. We just haven't strung together the wins that we want. Bradley Cassidy is going to keep developing because he's playing so well. 4,300, 39-13. Chubb might have been his last year. I think this might be Chubb's last year. Cortez was able to get 1 singular touchdown as a rookie. Receiving Jeudy went nuclear. What a game for Jerry Jeudy. Or what a season for Jerry Jeudy. And Zach Stern, almost 1,007 is great for him too. Wagner getting 855 and 6, a solid role-playing wide receiver. Koromo was awesome. Horn had 103 tackles, 5 TFLs, 1.5 sacks, and 5 interceptions. Dude, JC Horn is so good. Why is this guy such a dog? I didn't think he was really like that. 92 overall, now a superstar with some great abilities. I'm gonna leave him with these abilities. Yeah, get him to X Factor. That'd be kind of sick. He might actually earn it after this season. 11 sacks out of Myles Garrett. I still got to get a left end because nobody's getting home. That's not Myles Garrett. It certainly doesn't help that the AFC North is just absolute powerhouse. Nobody in the AFC North went negative other than me. Like, if I was in the AFC South, I would be dominating, but whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. But whatever. If wishes were horses, then beggars would ride. And if I was straight, I'd have a girlfriend. True. In all reality, I think despite not making the playoffs, we're actually in such a good spot. Let's see these season recaps though. Sorry, I haven't checked these out yet. Chiefs beat the Eagles. Nice little redemption for them. In 2025, the Bills beat the Eagles 20-19. Bradley Cassidy, of course, Offensive Rookie of the Year. And in our very first season, it was the Packers winning a Super Bowl, beating the Bills. This is our first time really being able to look into free agency, and it's literally a monster free agency, but absolutely nobody wants to play for us. Oh my God. The top 6 free agents want nothing to do with Cleveland. Hutch, Warner, Linderbaum, Branch, Flowers, and Queen. We could get a 27-year-old Rashad Bateman, who's an 87 overall, but I'm going to be honest, like, even if this is a good signing, it's not worth the value. I don't think Rashad Bateman really pushes the needle for us. We need somebody who's actually going to help us get to the next level. The question is, who is that? And who is actually signable? I don't think signing Laramie Tunsil on a 1-year deal is that bad of an idea. Maybe a 2-year. Actually, no. I'm going to take a shot here on Linderbaum. A 93 center's actually kind of crazy. I don't think he's going to play for us, even if I gave him a nuclear contract, but I'm going to offer him a stupid amount of money. Despite my gigantic offer, he's going to play with Jaden Daniels in Washington. I fucking hate Washington. Oh, I hate Jaden Daniels. I hate the command. All right, we're going to save our salary cap for next offseason. Hopefully, if we win some more games, players will actually want to play with us. It's tough when you're consistently losing. Obviously, no one wants to go to Cleveland, but we've got round 1, pick 10. We also have a very well-developing team, and I think we're super close to making a break. I think with my pick here, I'm just going to take the most generational look, which I hate to admit is his quarterback. Holy shit, this guy looks fucking insane. Oh, I can't take him. Bradley's too good. Dude, Juan Wheaton. This guy's going to be a god. Juan Wheaton. Elite strength, excel. He's going to be so good. Whatever. Bradley Cassidy's my boy. We're good. We're good. We're good. I'm going to do something so stupid, but you can't stop me. Round 1, pick 10. I'm taking the elite speed, Elite jumping. Oh, he looks so bad. This is so stupid. A 5'9" Georgia wide receiver. I could get him in the second round. That's stupid. All right, because I dragged ass, the computer gave me Quincy Matthews, a left end, which is actually a good pick because I need a left end. Now I can go back to the drawing board and hopefully not do something stupid. I really do want a wide receiver, though. Here's a Louisville deep threat. 5'11", Zay Madison. Great speed and jumping. Elite acceleration. I don't need to reach. Why am I overthinking the draft so much? I'm taking Jamie Cabrera, wide receiver out of Mizzou. I really wanted to get like a speed demon wide receiver, but this kid did look like a hidden dev, and he is. 88 speed, 94 excel, 5'11", 208. It's a weird build, but we'll see what he can do. Okay, I'm overthinking this draft so hard. I need to let the CPU do this. I'm freaking, I don't know why. Draft recap. First 3 picks are great. They're not spectacular, but they're good. Quincy Matthews, a 73 overall. Cabrera and Earl Reeves, a D-tack. So Quincy Matthews, were you hidden dev? You sure were. All right, we got a hidden dev alongside hidden dev D-tackle. Wow. 3 hidden devs on the top 3, a wide receiver, a D-tackle, left end. It's a good draft. Oh my God, there were some monsters in this class though. Randall Claxton, an 83. Micah Jeffrey, an 82. These kids are studs. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, Nick Chubb, like look at the fall off. Nick Chubb is losing like 12 overall a season. It's crazy. He's a 73. Cortez Cousins is now the starter. Max Williams is still our fullback. Wide receivers are Jerry Jeudy, Devin Wagner, and Jamari Thrash. Looks like we lost Cedric Tillman. At tight end, Zach Stern is now a superstar X Factor, rocking an 88 overall. He's gotten a lot better. Quincy Matthews will start at left end. Right end is still, of course, Myles Garrett. I'm going to move Jamie Cabrera to wide receiver 3. I've got Earl Reeves now as my backup D tackle, and my rush left end is Myles Garrett. My rush right end needs to be Quincy Matthews. Rush D tackle is Mike Hall. Perfect. Damn, this team's actually really, really good. All right, dude, we're making the playoffs this season. We got to 8 and 9, 7 and 10. Bradley Cassidy's a 90. Judy's a 91, now a superstar. Stern's a superstar X-Fact. Definitely the right call to trade Njoku once we drafted this kid. And defensively, dude, Ronnie Hickman. This is kind of out of left field. I did not expect Ronnie Hickman to be going so crazy like this, but I have Ronnie Hickman as a sub linebacker, which is giving him a ton of tackle stats. I think that's why he's upgrading like this, but dude, him being superstar X-Factor is kind of crazy. Definitely didn't expect it. Super happy to have it though, because he's a stud. And there's Reeves and Quincy. Horn is a 92 superstar. It's all coming together here, boys. It is all coming together. Oh my God. Dude, this team is cursed. Okay, I will say though, for the first time ever, we're above 500. We didn't finish at the bottom of the AFC North. We finished 3rd in the AFC North. We went 9 and 8. A winning season and 130 million cap space and a really well developing roster. Oh, we just didn't win. We needed one more win. We ended the season with 2 losses to the Cardinals and the Dolphins. So we win either of those games, I think we go to the playoffs. Kind of a bummer. Let's move into next season. Let's get some big offseason signings. Dude, Bradley Cassie's playing out of his mind. How are we not winning games? Our defense is better than our offense. 40 touchdowns and 8 interceptions for the kid. Cortez Cousins gets 9 touchdowns and 74 on the ground. Cabrera. Oh my God, I put Jamie Cabrera at slot wide receiver. That's gotta be offensive rookie of the year, right? Jamie Cabrera went nuclear. 1,114 as a rookie. Stern had the next most, 1,009. Judy had 930 and 7. Sorry, Judy, I know you're pissed, but Wagner did well too. Wow, that's a really good season for the Rook. 11.5 sacks out of Myles Garrett, 11.5 sacks out of Mike Hall. How did we lose 8 games? This is the best we've ever played. 5 interceptions out of Koromoa, 2 out of Delpit and Newsome. I just don't know how we lost so many games. Quincy Matthews had a solid season too, 13 TFLs, 3 sacks. It was an all right season. Mahomes almost passed for 5,000 on a 53 and 5 season, which is pretty crazy. Nobody threw interceptions like Drew Lock did. Aiden Lowry had 22, Anthony Richardson Baker had 23, and Darnell Mooney put up 1,700 yards receiving and 23 touchdowns. Oh my God. That's what Bears fans thought he was going to do when he went to Chicago. Okay, this needs to be a big offseason. My hope is that since we're actually a positive win team, that we might be able to land some free agents. That or I'm whipping out daddy's credit card and I'm going to offer these guys so much money that they'll just play for Cleveland. Season recap, the Chiefs beat the Carolina Panthers. And once again, we have an offensive rookie of the year in Jamie Cabrera. That's 2 offensive rookie of the years for the Cleveland Browns. Let's do something with it now. What I'm doing right now kind of reminds me of fantasy football dynasty leagues. I don't know if you guys play in dynasty fantasy football leagues, but your players carry over to the next season. And I have this friend who is perpetually rebuilding. Every single year, he shells out his good players so that he can get more draft picks and more young players, but he never wins. He's never actually winning the league. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm getting all these good players, I'm doing everything, but I'm not winning. So let's spend our money. Let's spend our 106 mil. Let's trade our draft picks if we need to. Let's make a push this next season. All right, so it's 2027 offseason, which makes this, I believe, the 2028 NFL draft, which is where we have Carolina's first round pick. Oh, that is a bummer, though. We have Carolina's first round pick, and they just went to the fucking Super Bowl, meaning Carolina's pick sucks. But look at this free agency. Oh my God, Ladarius McConkey wants to go to Cleveland? Ladarius McConkey wants 130 mil. Ladarius, you dirty, dirty dog. This kid wants Dude, Jahmyr Gibbs is sitting in there? He's relatively interested. Not that interested, but relatively. Lad McConkey is interested. Jair doesn't want shit to do with Cleveland. That guy wants to go to fucking Miami. Xavier Worthy, Jack Campbell, nah. Dominic Cooney, 91 overall right guard, wants 20 mil. Do we revamp the offense? Dude, I feel like my defense is disgusting. I don't think there's any reason that we need to make some big defensive change. We could pick up Cooper Beebe relatively easily, though. He's interested. He's an 88 overall center. My center's not great right now. I got Zach Zinter, technically playing out of position. No, okay, first things first, Cooper Beebe. This is a great pickup. He's already interested, but I want to be certain, and we've got the salary cap for it. Minor overpay on Beebe, most likely. I'm going to take Lad McConkey. I'm going to shift the whole wide receiver depth chart down. Lad McConkey is going to be wide receiver 1 and slot wide receiver. We're going to feed this fucking guy. Oh, my wide receivers are already really good. I'm going to have to trade one of them. But let's go big. Let's go big. Why not? Dude, I got bread. We'll go neutral, but we'll give him an additional year so we can lock him down. That is a hell of a contract, bro. That is a hell of a contract that Lad McConkey wants. 5 years, 90 mil salary with a 75 mil bonus. Fuck off. Let's eval these. Lad McConkey signs to the Cleveland Browns. Cooper Beebe signs to the Cleveland Browns. We've still technically got cap to make another signing if we wanted somebody. I don't think there's going to be anyone in here I particularly need. Never a bad idea to pick up a kicker in free agency, though. I'm going to go Tyler Bass. Tyler Bass is actually kind of a savage. I like Tyler Bass as a kicker. All right, big off season. We need to trade a wide receiver now because we're too heavy at that position and we have too much talent at it too. Like we could extract some serious value out of one of these wide receivers. The question is who? So we pick up Lad McConkey. I think Judy needs to stay because to me, he's a Cleveland Brown. We've been with him for so long. He's a Cleveland Brown. Lad McConkey staying. Now it's between Wagner and Cabrera's a superstar. Okay, so we could either, I'm going to trade Cabrera. Jamie Cabrera just won Offensive Rookie of the Year. And he's about to get traded, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But he's going to be so valuable. Like, people are going to want him so badly. And I can offload Carolina's pick, which did end up working out well for Carolina, too. They went to a Super Bowl, even though they lost. But we could get a monster defensive player now. Nick Bosa and Myles Garrett on the same team. Holy shit, the cap hit on this is disgusting. Oh, they can't. They don't have the cap. The Raiders are ready for a rebuild. Jamie Cabrera and the Panthers' first-round pick gets me Max Crosby. He's 31 years old. He's certainly going to regress to some degree, but I'm very excited to have him. So Myles Garrett is my rush left end. Max Crosby is my rush right end. And Mike Hall's coming down the middle. Honestly, pretty crazy what we're doing on this team. Dude, I don't know how to explain it, but Max Crosby just looks right in a Cleveland Browns jersey. I don't know how to explain it. Although his morale is pretty low, he is now in Cleveland. We've still got an NFL draft, and I'm going to be targeting a guard here. I would like a young guard to kind of round out my offensive line. It's really all I need. You always see this in these later drafts. Every single team has a good quarterback, so the really good quarterbacks literally just sit on the board. Here's an all right looking tackle who I'll probably have to move to guard. Max James, he's not hidden dev, but he does have 92 strength, which is a good starting stat. I'm gonna let CPU handle it. There's really not much that I need. I really like almost every position right now. I'll see if the CPU wants to randomly find a gem for me. So Max James was a 73. CPU picked me up JD Cheek, 75 overall wide receiver. Surprised they went for a wide receiver. And they actually, wow, they did better than me. They picked up a 3rd round left guard who's holy shit. Hidden dev. Thank you, CPU. This is why, dude, sometimes CPUs just crack. Overall, a very weak class. One of the best players, the second best player in the whole class was a generational fullback loading. I mean, we're a 90 overall, people. We've never had a season better than 9 and 8, and we're a 90 overall. It's actually kind of crazy, but we unloaded in free agency. We've got an incredible offensive line. 83, 83, 90, 77 rookie, and 85 Sullivan. Stern's a 93, Judy's an 89, McConkey's a 96, and Cassidy's a 96. Defensively, we picked up Max Crosby alongside Myles Garrett, Mike Hall, JC Horn, Ronnie Hickman, Grant Delpit, Leon Moore, Koromoa, Denzel Ward. Put it all together right here, right now. This team is too damn good. We finally did it, gentlemen. We finally finished at the top of the AFC North. The Steelers are poverty. The Bengals are poverty. Everything is right in the world. So the top teams in the league right now, Indianapolis, Denver, Buffalo, Cleveland. And, oh my goodness, Cassidy. What a season. Bradley Cassidy almost hit 5,000 yards on 46-7. Is that enough for the MVP? Aiden Lowry had the most yards, but 30-14. I think mine's better. McCarthy was 51-7. Mahomes was 51-6. I don't think we got it, but an awesome season. And it looks like the Raiders drafted Jamarcus Russell again. Here's George Florence throwing 22 interceptions. What a really good season, dude. Receiving must have been crazy then. Is it because of McConkey? Ladarius McConkey, 1,400 yards, 19 touchdowns. Stern had 1,210. I'm literally the Chiefs when they had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce in their primes. This is like the Chiefs 4 years ago. This is my Tyreek, and this is my Kelce. Wagner even put up 1,005, and Judy put up 10 touchdowns, but not getting over that 1,000-yard hump. How about Cousins? Cortez Cousins. Cortez Cousins had 11 touchdowns, 850 yards, probably one of his best seasons. And, oh my God, look at this. What? Dude, Max Crosby hardly got home. It was all Mike Hall. Mike Hall got home 15.5 times. Garrett, 13.5. Quincy, 6. Reeves, 4.5. And Crosby, 4.5. What? Max Crosby played a ton of downs, though. He was always out there, so I guess I'm happy about that, but that's a weird season for Max Crosby. Listen, no matter what you want to say, we're finally playoff bound. We're not even playoff bound. We got the bye. We're the #1 seed at 13-4. So we're not even, we may go this whole rebuild and never play in a wild card. So we get to skip the wild card playoff, which in real life didn't work out for the Lions, sadly, but it means our opponent now is the 11-6 Los Angeles Chargers. Let's take a look at this playoff bracket. So the Chargers are the 7th seed. They upset Buffalo. On the other side of the bracket are the Broncos and the Colts. So if we can make it to the AFC Championship, we play one of them. Wow, this is weird. And KC lost. There's no KC. On the other side of the bracket, it's the Bears and the Vikings, the Rams and the Panthers. This is going to be a really weird playoff run, no matter how it shakes out. But let's kick this off. The divisional playoff against the Chargers. I'm just going to sim it. I really haven't gotten to watch this. In fact, I can't believe I'm saying this. I haven't got to watch this team at all. I stepped in to watch us play the Steelers, but we got smacked. I played a game that we lost. Apologies if you like watching, but your time is now. Let's see what Cassidy and the Browns can do here. All right, opening drive, divisional playoffs. The winner goes to the AFC Championship. It's 2nd and 10. We're motioning Stern around. Cassidy throws! Zach Stern. Dude, if he could have stayed up, that could have been a touchdown. Looks like the ball was a little bit out in front of him. It was a nice catch. 1st and 10. Would love to see a handoff here, and we do. Cortez Cousins. Oh my God, that was a beautiful, he didn't even get touched. That's why we drafted Cortez. He's a fast running back, 94 speed, 95 excel. Could even be higher now. I haven't checked in on him in a minute. 7-0, great start here. I'm really glad we got Tyler Bass now. It's 10-10 in the 4th quarter. It's 3rd and 8, and why do they do that? Why do they tuck and run when they're obviously going to get sacked? And now we can't even get a field goal. I like our defense, though, and I like our edge rushers. And I don't like that. Chargers are 5 wide. We got to get on the QB. God, look at their tackles. They got 2-star tackles, though. Max almost gets through the middle, not quite. Minute 30 left on the clock. Dude, if I lose to the Chargers on a field goal, I'm going to be a Oh, Miles. See, why couldn't Bradley Cassidy do it? Herbert's a little better IQ-wise. Throws the ball away, 2nd and 10. Get home, Miles. Throws short, bad angles, but it's not a 1st down. Miles and Max coming off the edge. Pressure! Hey, that's why we no longer have Jamie Cabrera or that 1st-round pick from the Panthers. Oh my God, we just got punt dotted on. Please tell me we're going for the end zone. If this is a handoff, I'm not going to be a happy camper. I need to see you step back and throw the ball. Oh my God, we're going to take 2 yards with Cortez. All right, Tyler Bass is warming up. Can we get in range? 1 minute, playoff run on the line. It's play action. It's a throw. It's a lofter. And it's caught. Where's Ladarius McConkey? That's my question. 1st and 10. We really are the Cleveland Browns. Interception to Derwin James. This is the 1 seed curse. This is what happened to the Lions. All the Chargers got to do is get maybe 10 yards closer and choose some clock. And they're going to throw an RPO and Oh my God, it's a choke off. He threw an RPO, almost threw an INT. It's broken up and the clock is stopped. Oh my God, it's play action. What is this monkey shit I'm watching? 3rd and 10. Chargers are in 5 wide. 3rd and 10, get home. Laser, intercepted. What is going on? JC Horn is, dude, JC Horn, the move that we made early on was like the craziest move we ever made. Because JC Horn has been like the MVP of every Browns season. And the real MVP here is Madden's dog shit simulation logic that was programmed by 6 orangutans. 3 orangutans. 6 orangutans is being generous. Ladarius McConkey gets out of bounds. 1st and 10, 33 seconds. 1 timeout. What can we? Oh my God, this game should not be winnable. It should have been easily won and then lost, and now it's winnable. It's 2nd and 3 with 28 seconds. You got to throw incomplete or 4 15 yards. We need 15 yards or incomplete. So we need right here. Then we can spike it and kick this field goal with Tyler Bass. Stern in motion. 2nd and 3. Clean pocket. Cassidy over the middle. We got to spike it. 1st and 10. We got to spike it. 6 second. What? Spike it! What the fuck? What are we doing? Oh, thank you. Oh my God, I was gonna tweak big, gigantic mega balls. Harbaugh ices us. It's the 4th quarter of the divisional, and Tyler Bass, who we just signed in free agency, is trotting out to kick a 57-yarder to win the game. From 57, it's got the distance. He shanks the ever-living piss out of it. And it's 10 to 10. We're going into OT. Bradley Cassidy walking out for the coin toss in OT. The toss doesn't matter so much because there's new rules. Chargers still elect to receive. I wanted to see if the Chargers were going to get in close so we could watch, but Newsome gets the INT. All of a sudden, it's our football again. Now, since this is overtime and the Chargers have already had a possession, all we need to win this game is a field goal. But we got to get a lot closer. We've already shanked a field goal from this distance. So Cortez has got to get us a lot closer. It's now 3rd and 2. We do need to convert this. I don't think we run the football here. We are going to run it, but actually the run was perfect play call because it's going to pick up 6-7. Back over. We love that little motion with Zach Stern. That is a horrifying pass. But look who comes down with it. At this point, we shouldn't even be running plays. This is where we need to hand this ball off twice and kick a field. Just hand off into the middle, hand off into the middle. Beautiful. Cortez, hang on to the football. 3rd and 8. Do it one more time, Cortez. Trot out Tyler Bass and hit a chip shot OT field goal. Okay, sketchy, but he virtually makes the same check down. Clock expires. That doesn't matter. We're just going to flip sides of the field. Tyler Bass win this game for us. What? What? It's 4th and 3. They already had a possession. This game's so dog shit. Who the fuck coded the logic for this game? We turned the Chargers over in overtime, and on 4th and 3, in like a 15-yard field goal range, we're gonna go for it? That was a high school PAT we needed to kick to win the game. Honestly, like, you could literally build the sickest team in franchise, but if you play sim and watch your team play, it's just a battle of the monkeys. It's literally a battle of which brain-dead computer will magically appear in the end zone. This is not football. We threw 2 picks with a minute left in the 4th quarter just to go to overtime and go for it. Like, the thing about simming is it's more fun because you build the team. It's not fun to play. You can win a Super Bowl every year against a computer. But, like, that's an example of where I should have stepped in and played. I should have stepped in and kicked the field because that made no sense. You would never do that in an NFL game. Herbert's going to go down to Max Crosby. Massive play, 4th and 17. We get the football back. Let's see if our team can hang on anyway. It's a bomb of a punt. Absolutely no punt coverage. Bradley Cassidy, 1st and 10. Unloads! Ladarius! Walk off! Walk off, Tony! The greatest free agent signing of all time. Ladarius McConkey. Head top, end zone. It was all in the script. We went for it on 4th and 3 so that Ladarius McConkey could put him on a poster. The Browns win the ugliest divisional playoff game you will ever see. It's a hell of a game, though. It's a hell of a game. Cassidy outplayed Herbert, who had 3 interceptions, and we still barely won that game. Cortez had a really good game. So did J.K. Dobbins. Our next matchup is the 10-7 Indianapolis Colts. Let's see how this shook out here. So it's Rams-Vikings in the NFC Championship. It's Browns-Colts in the AFC Championship. The 1 and 2 seed are knocked off in the NFC. This is gonna get even uglier, but let's see if we can make this Super Bowl. What does this Colts roster? Number one, I gotta say the Browns roster looks absolutely insane. We have so many 99s. Myles Garrett, Bradley Cassidy, Zach Stern, and Ladd McConkey. J.C. Horn close behind with Mike Hall and Max Crosby. But what about the Colts? They probably still have Anthony Richardson. Josh Downs is almost a 99. Jonathan Taylor's a 94. Campbell. They got Jack Campbell. Quentin Nelson, Leatu. Anthony Richardson's looking good. They got Alan McNeil. They got Rashad Bateman. All right. Indianapolis Colts are up next. I'm not letting Sim fully take this game over. I'm playing one drive on offense and defense. I can't take that Chargers game again. I can't. It's 3rd and 10. Big conversion for the Colts. I'm on Koromoa. And Anthony Richardson just dotted us up. Straight to Josh Downs. Great play. But my next moment, our offense marches all the way down here. Looks like my input's going to be virtually moot. I'm going to get a touchdown, and I'm going to give up a touchdown. Cortez Cousins straight in the end zone. That's all I can do. Oh, we got a ball game, boys. It's 13-17. Colts are up 4. But we've got the football and a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10. There's a handoff, Cortez Cousins. He's going to meet Jack Campbell, but push forward. 2nd and 6. Oh, my God. We're just pounding the rock. We never do that. 3rd and 5. Big play. Cassidy throws. That could have been easily intercepted. Yep. Great play call. We got to go for this. Please don't hand this off, though. Not on 4th and 5. This looks like a handoff. It's not. Drop back. 4th down. Biggest. Oh, my God. Dude, if you see your quarterback move like that, it's a guaranteed sack. Every single time, it's a guaranteed sack. They don't know how to throw it away or make a play out of that. All right, now we're in a lot of trouble. We do have 3 timeouts. We do have the 2-minute warning. The Colts have the football. They're going to throw RPO. Great shot right there. That is J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn was all over that little RPO. 2nd and 9. What do they got? A handoff, Jonathan Taylor. They could hand this off to Milk. They do. That was the wrong read. Oh my God, that was a read option. If he gives that to Taylor and they're going for it. Oh my God, if he gives that to Taylor, it's 4th and 5. The Colts are giving us a chance. 4th and 5. Richardson flushed out. Myles Garrett. Oh my God, what a play. Anthony Richardson just made some huge mistakes there, keeping this drive alive. We're going to check it down to Zach Stern, who's going to pick up a clean 13 yards. Cassidy, no touchdowns, but no interceptions. We're actually doing really good with the football. That fumble was bad, but the fumble didn't matter. It's 4th down anyway. There's a check down once again. Zach Stern, our incredible and kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Our kind of hated on pick. Contradictory. Oh my God, end zone shot? What? How did that happen? How the hell did this happen? End zone shot. He just morphed through my body. He also stepped out of bounds, so he can't touch that football. GG's Indianapolis. Down goes the AFC Championship. What the hell was that? That whole playoff run was yucky. I think we have the overall, we've got the players, we've got the schemes. Just can't put it together. It's frustrating. Gotta love this CPU logic here. You've got Zach Stern wide open, clearing across the middle, and CPU Bradley Cassidy, instead of checking down or taking Stern, throws a double-covered corner route. Renardo Green steps out of bounds and then does this. It's honestly just a monster play. That was a hell of a play from Renardo Green. Dude went crazy right there. It's also just a horrible pass, though. Why the hell are we throwing double-covered corner route? Nice play. Damn. They took away Ladarius McConkey's legendary playoff. This team's literally insane. 93 overall is insane. If I can't win with this team, bro, I can't win with any. Oh, Cleveland, I want to take you to the Super Bowl so bad. 2029 preseason. The draft and offseason were relatively inconsequential because this team is ready right now. We now have 3 superstar X Factors on offense. McConkey, Cassidy, and Stern. That's the core of this team. Judy and Wagner both can make plays. Cortez is still normal dev, but he's an 83 overall. Defensively, we do see a minor regression out of Max Crosby. He's superstar. Delpit also regresses. Myles Garrett is still looking really good, and Mike Hall is now a superstar. Quincy Matthews is getting better too. So J.C. Horn's on 95 overall, but he's star dev. I'd say this team has another 2 years of being incredibly dominant and one of the highest overall teams in the NFL. So we got to win a Super Bowl. Holy shit. I just had the greatest quarterback season I've ever had in my entire life. 15-2. And Bradley Cass, I literally have never had a season like this. 5,035 yards, 55-12. Dude, who got these yards? McConkey. Oh my God. McConkey goes for 1,419. Stern goes for 1,417. Wagner put in 10. And defensively, it's Myles Garrett and Earl Reeves had 11.5. He's the backup to Mike Hall. How is that even possible? Max Crosby had 5.5. 5 sacks out of Ronnie Hickman. We're doing free safety blitzes. 4 interceptions out of Koromoa, 3 out of Denzel Ward. That's a hell of a season. Oh my, 15-2? We won MVP, right? Let me see the yearly awards. We had to have won an MVP. Oh my God, Lamar and Matt Allen are in front of me? Damn it. Jaden Daniels, don't make me look at Jaden. Do not make me look. Dude, we're gonna have that insane season. We're not gonna win a single award. I guess we got best quarterback, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So we're not gonna win MVP. Listen, we're not here for awards, okay? We're here for the Super Bowl trophy, which I guess is an award, but that's the only award we're here for. Once, dude, we may literally not play a wild card in this entire rebuild. We went from not making the playoffs to first round bye into a first round bye, and now we're taking on the 9-8 Jacksonville Jaguars. Fun fact, the Jaguars and the Browns have never made it to the Super Bowl. And neither had the Detroit Lions, but they're not on this side of the bracket. Over in the NFC, it's Green Bay versus Seattle and Washington versus Atlanta. On our side, it's Cleveland versus Jacksonville and the Colts versus, I hope the Colts win. I would love redemption on the Colts. All right, Jacksonville Jaguars. What is your roster? It's gotta be ugly, right? Trayvon Walker, Kenny Brooks, Devin Lloyd. It's honestly a miracle this team make it. The 93 overall Cleveland Browns. All right, this divisional was much less stressful than our Chargers divisional. 17-3. It's not a super impressive offensive showing by the Browns, but it's a pitiful offensive showing by the Jacksonville Jaguars. So far, only able to put up a field goal. And if we get this first down, this game's over. They have no timeouts left. So we could ice the game right here. Quick first down. Bradley's gonna step up and do it with his legs. This game is over. That's victory formation, the Cleveland Browns. Honestly, that's something we haven't seen all season, is victory formation. These have been close wins, and some narrow losses, but this game's all over. The Browns walk out of the divisional with an easy win, 17-3. I don't think our AFC Championship's gonna be so easy, and I am hoping it's the Colts. I want the Colts to win this game so bad because I want redemption. Oh, last year sucked. Let's go get it back right now. Come on, show me Indianapolis. We reached the divisional round. Listen, it's still pretty cool to play the Ravens, especially as the Browns, but I wanted my redemption. Dude, our team is such a high overall. I assume the Ravens still have Lamar. They do. He's their best player at 32. He's a 99 alongside a 99 Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, Jalen Riddick, X-Factor D tackle, Nate Wiggins, James Gallery. Mark Andrews still kicking? Well, hopefully he'll drop a 2-point conversion and we'll win this game. That's the goal. Play this conference championship. I'm gonna play a moment and then I'll let Sim take over. It's a snow game. 1st and 10. I'm gonna take one moment here on offense, hopefully put up some points for the Browns. It's a snow game. And Ladd McConkey looks like he's in single coverage. I might just airmail this puppy. Oh my God. 2nd and 10. They are not playing around. We're going to get this off a lot quicker. And an easy run should pick this up for us. Cortez, that was not an easy run. Almost got on the second level of it though, but we'll take what we can get there. 1st and 10, keeping this defense on their heels. And I can't even throw the corner out. Jesus, they're coming in fast. Now 2nd and 10. We got a nice little sit down out of Wagner. And deja vu. Let's go inside zone to Cortez. Oh my God, the Ravens. There's a blitz around the edge. Cortez, bad animation. Ladd McConkey did get open, but Wagner was a little bit of a safer throw. No blitz. Cassidy up the middle. We're going to slide down after 5, getting a little spooky. I'm gonna give McConkey this deep corner route here. That's man coverage. That's man coverage! All right, this is a big play right here. See if I can't get the boy Stern clearing on this left side. Kind of a big blitz. I'm gonna go Cortez. All right, dude, Ravens got up to that line really fast last time. Can we get it this time? 4th and inches. Get the snap off with 1 second. Jerry Jeudy man coverage. Jerry Jeudy! Caught! Down to the 1. All right, Cortez should be able to punch this in nice and easy. Give us a 7-point lead, and we can let the Sim take over. Oh, my God. It's getting a heavier set. We got Max Williams lead blocking as the fullback. Cortez behind him. 2nd and goal. And that one was significantly easier. All right, 3rd and 3. This is pretty big. This determines if we come out here for a field goal or if we can reset the chains and keep fighting. 3rd and 3. You know what I'd like. Check down. Oh, that's actually a huge decision. 4th and inches. This better not be a pass, bro. Just run it. 4th and inches. Just run it. It's a pass. Never mind. Don't listen to me. That's a Browns touchdown. Dak's turn is in. That was a ballsy play call. Oh, we got a ball game, gentlemen. Ravens respond with a touchdown. We respond with a field goal. And now it's Lamar Jackson with a minute 30 to mount a game-winning drive. Let's watch until the end of the game. We just got to hold on. 2nd and 3. Baltimore's got 2 timeouts. They're managing the clock well. Lamar damn near threw an interception, but that is caught. And there goes 12 seconds off the clock. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They finally get the snap off. They check down low to Mark Andrews. He caught it. 2nd and 7, 51 seconds. A sack would be massive. Miles, Max, Mike. Oh my God, he throws it off the back of Mark Andrews? I don't know that I've ever seen that before. That was a new one for me. 3rd and 7, 48 seconds. Somebody get home. Myles Garrett. Mike Hall gets through. Max Crosby doesn't get it, and they make that throw. How? If Lamar is facing that way, how does... Whatever. Sure. Behind the back fucking oopsie-daisy throw. Just 1st and 10. Ravens are out of timeouts, but they're almost in field goal range. We have to get a sack. We have to sack Lamar. We have to sack Lamar! And we do! 2nd and 16. 20 seconds left. It just milked the clock. Another corner blitz. A heave. To the cameraman. There's nobody over there. 3rd and 16. 3rd and 16, 14 seconds. No timeouts. This is Hail Mary. This is Hail Mary for Baltimore. He checks down to nobody. It's 4th and 16. 10 seconds left. It's literal Hail Mary now. 21-24. Cleveland could beat Baltimore with one more stop. 4th and 16. Lamar! Broken up! Guess who? It's J.C. Horn. And in the snow, the Browns get their first AFC Championship win. Let's go! We made the Super Bowl! Dude, what a sick game. A snow game against Baltimore? You couldn't ask for a better AFC Championship. Huge game right here. Big W, gentlemen. Let's see who we got in the Super Bowl. Kinda sick, but ooh, I am kind of scared of the Packers. They're the 1 seed. It's 1 seed versus 1 seed for the Super Bowl. They got through Seattle and Washington. We got through Jacksonville and Baltimore. All right, gentlemen, let's do a final roster check since we made the Super Bowl. The NFL roster for the Browns, 399s in Cassidy, Stern, and McConkey. These two coming from our first ever draft class. McConkey coming in a massive free agency signing. Myles Garrett is a 98. Mike Hall, these are 2 true Browns. J.C. Horn, an early trade for Njoku. Max Crosby, a trade. Koromo is a true Brown. BB's free agency. Hickman, a true Brown. Denzel Ward, a true Brown. Jerry Jeudy, true. Packers, they got Edgerrin Cooper, their best player. Jordan Love, their second best. Will Fletcher, Xavier McKinney, Javon Bullard, Jaden Reed, Vaughn Woodbury, Jordan Morgan, Quay Walker, Lucas Van Ness. Our team is better by far. In fact, we're so stacked. 94 overall is disgusting. Let's win the Super Bowl, gentlemen. Heading into the 3rd quarter, this game has been high scoring. It's 21-18. Kind of a weird score, but on our last touchdown, we went for 2. We could have gone to 17 points. Instead, we went for 2, made it 18, so that way a field goal would tie this game up. But right now, the Packers have the lead. They've been excellent with the football, and they're milking some clock on us. This could get really scary here. Max Crosby, Myles Garrett. Gotta get home! Or intercept. Play action, Jordan Love. Myles Garrett. Denzel Ward. Oh, just kidding. That was Usu Koromoa. My bad. Either way, Koromoa has had an amazing playoff run, too. 21-18, we sacked Jordan Love. That could be exactly what we needed here. Let's do it again. He's got to pass here. No, they hand the ball off. And there's a huge hole. Josh Jacobs picks up way too much on that. We should never be giving up 11 yards on a run right there. That's also not a catch at all. The ball is literally on the turf. That Jaden Reed catch was not a catch. In the driver's seat, we can take the lead. Get home. Myles Garrett almost gets home, but not quite. I'm standing there like an idiot. And Myles Garrett still gets him. Myles Garrett is everywhere. And on 4th and 2, they're going for it. I repeat, on 4th and 2, the Packers are, it's a handoff. Blow that shit up. It's not. It's a pass. Short. What? They defended themselves. I couldn't tell you what just happened. 1st and 10. It's our football. Bradley Cassidy Throws, caught. Who else? Ladarius McConkey. This is a very winnable game, gentlemen. 2nd and 4. Motion Stern. Left side. There's the snap. Cassidy throws. Guess who? Zach Stern. 1st and 10. Almost 3 minutes left in the Super Bowl. Down by 3. A field goal ties it up. A touchdown takes the lead. RPO! What kind of... That legitimately bonked off a Packers defender's helmet. That was such a bad read that even the Packers defender couldn't intercept it. He thought, no way on God's green earth does someone throw this football. Slip screen to Cortez, goes for 2. And all of a sudden, all that momentum is shifting. Is a massive 3rd down. 3rd and 8, down by 3. Gotta get in field goal range. Cassidy throws, caught! Nobody's on Zach Stern. Bold move by the Packers. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. Look at this clock just churn. Stern in a very awkward motion. Cortez on the check down. That's 7 yards for the Browns. And the 2-minute warning comes up. Oh my God, it's do or die on this drive. No matter what at the end of this drive, there's gonna be almost no time left on this clock. The 15-2 Browns against the 13-4 Packers. Throw, caught. Ladd McConkey tackled instantly by Edgerrin Cooper. The centerpiece of that defense. 1:30 left in the Super Bowl. No matter what, this drive's gonna decide it. We gotta find our way in the end zone. 1st and 10. Caught. Rocked. Absolutely flattened. But he hangs on. 2nd and 1. 50 seconds now. We gotta go to our playmakers. Bradley. Check down. Stern or the running back. Who's that too? I don't know. But Cortez Cousins catches it. He's down to the 1. 1st and goal, and we called the timeout? Why on earth did we call the timeout? We could burn 30 seconds and punch this in. I have no idea why we just did that. It's a pass. Bradley Cassidy is going to do it himself. I can't understand the timeout there. We're now giving Green Bay 42 seconds and 3 timeouts. That was a 10-play, 64-yard, 4-minute drive to take the lead. 25-21. Jordan Love's got to pull it off. And our kick goes short. Oh my God, wait, that's horrible. 1st and 10. Jordan Love starts on the 40 because Tyler Bass couldn't get it there. Myles Garrett. Oh my God, look at these boys. It was also Earl Reeves was back there. 2nd and 24. Wait, they used so much clock. Another sack. Is it over? Oh no, they used the timeout. Somehow there's 19 seconds left on the clock now. How did Green Bay burn 22 seconds? I don't know. But it's 3rd and 29. And he's open and he dropped it! What? I understand what's happening now, gentlemen. This monkey dog shit, clunky ass, Atari Nintendo 64 game is finally in my favor. 4th and 29. Jordan Love throws to no man's land. The Cleveland Browns are gonna be Super Bowl champions. Bradley Cassidy, you earned it. You punched in that final touchdown. You earned this QB kneel. Let me see it, Cleveland. Green Bay is gonna grief us with a timeout. You little cuck. Matt LaFleur, take your L like a champion, okay? There's not enough timeouts in the book. One more QB kneel and this sucker's over. Yeah, rub it in. Use the whole clock. Final QB kneel, and wait for it. Wait for it. The Cleveland Browns are Super Bowl champions. I believe the year is 2030. Hey, Stefanski. Stefanski deserves the Gatorade dub. He really does. I feel like Super Bowl MVP's got to be that man right there. Bradley Cassidy had such a good Super Bowl. The real Super Bowl MVP is whoever coded the sim logic. That's who deserves this trophy. Kevin Stefanski's gonna hoist it up. Myles Garrett's up there. Definitely deserved. Been with this team for so long. The Max Crosby signing was huge. Our pass rush was so good. Our pass rush absolutely carried us. The amount of times they got back there and just caused havoc was incredible. Frankly, our offense has let us down. We would have 3 Super Bowls if it wasn't for our offense letting us down. Ladd McConkey, a hard 99 overall. You gotta love that. 2029 season recap. Bradley Cassidy is the Super Bowl MVP. Stefanski wins Coach of the Year. And the Browns are Super Bowl champion. 2028, the Colts beat the Rams. So I did lose to the Colts. I don't feel so bad. Now, we've completed our challenge, but there's a few things to do. Number 1, we gotta look in the record book. Do we have any Cleveland Browns records? I feel like we have. Any NFL records? We don't have any NFL career records. Do we have any single season records? No. Any single game records? Rookie season records? Ooh. Bradley Cassidy has the rookie record for passing touchdowns in a season. That's pretty awesome. What about Browns records? Did we break any Browns records? Yeah, Bradley Cassidy has passing yards and touchdowns. Devin Wagner has touchdown catches in a single game. Jamie Cabrera has receptions in a single game. So it's good to see. We did haul in some rookie game records. What about rookie season? Cassidy on both. Jamie Cabrera on yards and touchdowns. And receptions. Damn, he went off. Jamie Cabrera is who I traded for Max Crosby, though, so that is kind of sad. No single game records. Bradley Cassidy owns the single season yards and touchdowns. McConkey owns the touchdown catches. Zach Stern owns receptions. And career records. Bradley Cassidy has the Browns' career touchdown record. He's not even close to done. Myles Garrett has sacks. And you know what? I shouldn't even say that because now what we got to do is we got to see how this team does on autopilot. We've won the Super Bowl. I'm going to sim like 5 seasons, full autopilot, see what kind of spot we put this team in, and then we can also check the record books again. Here's your Super Bowl roster, though. This is what I leave you with. Cassidy, McConkey, Stern, 399s on O, and defensively, an aging Max Crosby. Myles Garrett, Mike Hall's now a superstar X Factor. Denzel Ward's getting washed, too. No. All right, gentlemen, let's sim into the future, see what happens with this roster. Did we repeat? No, it was the Arizona Cardinals winning their first Super Bowl. Wait, that's actually kind of awesome. So the Browns get it in 2029. The Cardinals get it in 2030. Beating the Ravens. Bad luck for the Ravens. I'll say that. All right, boys. I love you. You're so handsome. Cleveland Browns Super Bowl champions only in Madden. I love you. Goodbye.